Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm gonna show you a couple of hidden functions from this Mercedes W177. So it has one of these newest infotainment system. Now the first one, and one of my favorite, is the hold brake option. So for example, let's say you are in traffic somewhere uphill and you are driving, the car is moving, and you want to rest your foot. You can press a little bit harder on the brake and you're gonna see this hold option here. Even though the car now sits a little bit inclined, it doesn't roll because the car can keep itself braked. Then if you want to release it, just watch, this message will disappear once I press a little bit on the acceleration. Okay, and the car is moving now. Like now I'm braking, the car is stopped, and from this position I press like this and release it. Another useful function is to roll down the windows with the key fob, so you can just hold press on the unlock button and all the windows will roll down. Now you can also close the windows by holding the lock button for a couple of seconds. However, it's interesting that if you, for example, just lock the car, the windows will not roll down. If, for example, you forget one window down, the car will close that window automatically after a couple of minutes. So right now I'm gonna go away with the key and you're gonna see the windows rolling up. And you can see that the windows didn't close all the way. Now another function that gives you the peace of mind is this reserve key. In the situation when the battery, let's say, is dead, you can access this key by pressing this little button here, and you're gonna find the keyhole on the driver's door. Yeah, there is definitely some dirt in there. We need to clean this hole first if you want to use it. Now for the next function, I've got the car locked, and if you want to open it, I've got the keys in my pocket and you can press your hand here. Actually, you don't press anything, you just place it here, the sensor will detect it and you can open the door. Now if you want to close it, you can put your finger here and the car will lock itself. Now if you want to have 100% peace of mind, knowing that the car cannot be stolen by somebody through this keyless feature, you can deactivate it. So you can just double click on this lock button, like fast. I've got the keys in my pocket as normal and I cannot open the car, as you can see. So the only way to open the car is through the key fob. That's a pretty cool feature. Now for the next features, let's go inside because outside is raining. And from the steering wheel we can press on this home button. Then we can go to the right and we've got service. Let's press OK. We can go to the tires and here we can see the tire pressure and the temperature. As you can see, the right rear tire has more pressure than it should. So just do this check before you drive on a high speed. You can check the coolant and you can check also the oil level. Now for the next function, which is one of my favorites, you can activate the launch control. So to do that, we gotta go first in the sportiest setting. Just press up and select sport. You're gonna see here an S. Then on this screen, you can select with this touchpad the last option, which is settings and ACP. You can turn it off. You're gonna get the sign on the dashboard. Then you gotta put your left foot on the brake, like press it very well. Put the car in drive. Hold the acceleration pedal on and you can see it's just accelerating to, but you need to accelerate it in that time when the RPM is 2000 because then it expires. So let's do that again. Okay, let's put it in drive. I've got my left foot on the brake and let's press the acceleration pedal. And you can hear the squeaking noise from the tires. And that's how you launch this car. After you've done this launching, you can go again on the ACP and turn it on. Then you can drive the car normally again. So you have to use the launch control only when the temperatures are up the scale. Now on this right screen, if you go to the right, we can go to info, just press on it. And here you can choose some information about the engine. We've got here the blue line, which is the minimum required for you to use the car at the maximum power. This is the temperature of the automatic transmission fluid. Obviously, it has to be at least to the minimum, that blue line. Now, what is useful here is that you can use the oil temperature sensor to compare it with the coolant temperature sensor, since both of them will usually show exactly the same temperature. So if, let's say, one of them fails, you can compare with the other one. And yes, this function is quite cool because you can see here the horsepower and the torque, the battery voltage, and the boost. Now, another useful function is when you go into the reverse, you're gonna get the camera here, but you can actually use this wide angle camera, okay? And you can see a lot better. Basically, you can see everything in the back. And let's say if you put the car in P, you can press this button and you're gonna see if you've got anything into the blind spots. So you can see this function is looking for parking spaces. It's kind of useful sometimes, but usually you just do that with your eyes. Another function is to keep the AC on when you left the car and lock it. So you can press on this button here and you're gonna get the red light. This will actually blow some air through the vents when you close the car. Okay, I don't know if you can hear it, but the blower motor is already started. This function will be on for around 30 minutes and the car will be warm inside for, let's say, 1 hour. Also, when it's hot outside, so you'll not get that sauna effect in your car, especially if the color is black like this one. So let's see, I'm gonna close the car. The red light is on. And by the way, the keyless function is on, even though before I just deactivated. Now, if you go on the glove box, you can lock it with this key from here. And up here, you're gonna find a secret storage. It's large enough to put some documents. Another function which kind of I don't use it is that you can turn the parking lights only on one side. For example, now it's gonna be on the driver's side, and now the parking lights will be on the passenger side. And that's how you can save some battery. Maybe for some people it's interesting. At least you can brag to your friends that you can turn on only one light. Now, on some models you can actually activate the dashcam if you already paid for it. So just go into the settings. Here you press system and go down. Here you get license activation. And in this menu here you're gonna find dashboard. So it's all about installing the right software and activate it. Okay guys, so that was pretty much it for this video, and as always, take care and have a nice day.